YouTube, how are you doing, Earthlings? This is the final part 10 I think, of Blue Boy, Matt Dixon robot, number 3 anyway. This is how he's ended up looking after all of that building, painting, and hello. Let me just get all this garbage out of the way because you can't really. Let me get a bit of paper. A bit of paper. That doesn't really help very much, does it? Let me put it like that. Yeah, that doesn't help at all because you just get a silhouette. Go back there. Garbage anyway. Anyway, right. I'm going to bring the camera in closer because I want to. Sorry about the shaky cam. Right. So, this is my little beautiful boy. I've got to say, I'm more than pretty pleased this time with the paint job. Although I wish I hadn't done the Mod Podge satin gloss matte paint spray over the surface of him because I tried to paint on a bit of matte Mod Podge onto the rusty areas and it didn't really work very well. It seems that if you have Mod Podge on there before, any attempt to make it glossier or mattier just doesn't seem to work. And I've got matte paint on there as well and it hasn't come up matte again, so I'm a little bit annoyed about that. But anyway, right, in my last video I was going through my layers of paint and I forgot one because there was the silver, shiny silver, then all of it covered with the sort of the dark metal silver, then it was hairspray, then it was a layer of grey primer, then it was hairspray, then it was a layer of green, bright green colour, which you can almost just about see, and then hairspray, and then blue on the top. And I had a lot of fun just going down deep into the paint and then bringing up the rust and the metal underneath, and when it was all finished I could still just chip into the paint and you'd get just the enamel paint silver left underneath. And he's so stiff now that he will just almost, I mean, he's quite heavy as well, but these joints are just wonderful and stiff now. I think I've got them down to a T. And not only do his
message from the dark side, there it is.
His elbows move, but his wrists twist and his fingers bend if I were to want to get them to bend, but they do move. They've got armature wire in there, so they will bend, but I'm just going to leave them like that for the time being. So in here we have the big old magnet, rubber O-ring, just causing the friction. These ankles, or knees I suppose, they do come off, and pretty much all of the retention is just these rubber rings now, but loads of movement. Ball joint boy. yeah. So, I think I've got my ball joints sorted now, you might say. And I'm very pleased with how he's come out. I'm not going to do any more, I don't think. Right, I said also that this was going to be a Matt Dixon robot with a difference. What I wanted to do was have him sort of sitting like so, somewhere all sort of beaten up and dead, leaning up against a side of a motorway or something, and then have 1/72 scale action figures around him, sort of sad about the demise of little Blue Boy. But that ship has already sailed, because I saw some art that someone done of a head sort of in the sea, and someone was sitting in his eye socket about to sort of jump off and do a little bit of diving practice or something. Oh look, I've got another little bit of flaked off metal there. I didn't really mean to do that, but it doesn't matter because it just adds to the effect. And he's got his little teddy. Stop holding me like this, Blue Boy. Yeah, very happy. I think my paint is getting better. It's getting better every time, I think, but still nowhere near as good as quality as Night Shift and all the other ones. There's so many really good painters out there, model makers and painters. John Woodhouse, I think, something like that. Mark Woodhouse, something like that, on Instagram. But incredible work they do. And he's got a broken heart, so all his oil's coming out. Poor little thing. Anyway, that's enough of that. I can only show one robot enough in a video, and you've seen enough. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this build. If you did, and you want to see more than how I do these things on my YouTube videos, subscribe and hit the bell button for notifications, and you get to see me doing these things. But you know, Instagram otherwise is just pictures of what I've done. So I don't know, I think, what is going on here? Why isn't it leveler? Yeah, please leave a comment, share with someone you might think they might like to see. Nib. It's easy for me to say. Yeah, leave a comment and a like. All of it helps me greatly. And on to the next one. This is a little clue. Anyway, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and goodbye, and be careful out there.